Welcome, everyone. Can I please ask you to stand and recite the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all for coming. We have a public hearing to begin with. The fiscal year 24 amended operating budget and amended fiscal 24-28 capital improvement budget public hearing. On today's agenda is the first reading, discussion, and consideration and possible vote on the ordinances to amend and restate the fiscal 24 annual operating budget and the fiscal 24-28 capital expenditure budget. Per code, budget ordinances need only one reading. The purpose of the ordinance is to amend and restate, finalize the budgets adopted April 11, 2023 for the fiscal year ending April 30, 2024 to reflect the changes to the town's revenues, expenditures, and capital projects that occurred during the fiscal year. The first public hearing is the ordinance amending and restating the Town of Ocean View annual operating budget for fiscal year ending April 30, 2024. The statement of anticipated revenues is being amended to reflect actual budgeted revenues received during the fiscal year and revenues received from sources that are not budgeted, such as grants applied for and awards to the police department, the ARPA funds, and reimbursable expenses. The statement of anticipated expenditures is being amended to reflect actual expenditures that occurred throughout the fiscal year, including those non-budgeted, such as the expenses associated with any grants received and reimbursable expenses. The second public hearing is an ordinance amending and restating the Town of Ocean View capital expenditure budget for fiscal years ending April 30, 2024 to 2028. The projects and funding sources are being amended to reflect any council-approved increases to the projects as stated on Schedule 1 of the ordinance. So the first ordinance, discussion, consideration, and possible voting on the ordinance for restate of the fiscal 24 annual budget. I ask if there's any comments or questions you would like to ask from the town council.
Yeah. Why don't you do each?
Okay, hearing none from the town council, I'd like to open it up to the public. If you have any questions or comments that you would like to make about this first ordinance. Seeing none, I now ask for a motion to pass the town council, asking the town council to pass and approve the restate of the fiscal 24 annual budget.
Mr. Mayor, motion to approve the restate of the future year 2024 annual budget.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So passes 5-0. Thank you. The second is the discussion, consideration, and possible voting on an ordinance for restate of the fiscal 24-28 capital improvement budget. Do I hear any comments or questions on this from the town council?
No.
No. If not, then I now ask the public if you have any comments or questions you want to ask on this amendment. If not, I need a motion to approve the restate of the fiscal 25 capital improvement budget.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve the restate of the 2025 capital improvement budget.
Second.
Yeah, it's 2024, 2028.
Yeah. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So passes 5-0.
You have a typo.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So just to be clear for the record,
Second.
yeah, just to be clear for the record, I just want to verify that the motion was an ordinance, a motion to approve the ordinance amending and restating the Town of Ocean View capital expending budget for fiscal year ending April 2024 to April 2028.
Right,
That was the motion?
yeah.
Yes, okay.
All right, thank you. Moving now to the agenda, I need a motion to adopt the agenda.
I'd like to make a motion, we adopt the agenda as it is.
Thank you. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So passes. Thank you. I need a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of June 11, 2024.
Mr. Mayor, that was for the workshop, correct?
No, the regular minutes.
The regular minutes. Okay. Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion that we, an approval of the minutes for the June 11th, 2024 regular meeting.
Thank you. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So passes. Now I need a motion to approve the workshop minutes from June 25, 2024.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the workshop minutes from June 25, 2024.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So passes 5-0. Thank you. Moving on to communications. There's a letter from Mikan of intent to apply for rezoning of residential lot.
They'd like to speak to it.
Please come up.
My name is Sean Cummings, and I'm with Mikan Builders, and we're in the process of purchasing the lot off of Windmill. It's about 3/4 of an acre. All of the surrounding properties are also duplexes, and we just asked that you guys would grant us the permission to build 2 homes that would be attached, but 2 homes on the property. Whether it has one single entrance or 2 separate driveways off the road, doesn't matter to us.
Okay. Any questions?
Mr. Mayor?
Okay.
Real quick.
Yes.
Yep.
You've already been in front of planning and zoning, correct?
No.
You have
Not. They just told me to come here and present in front of you guys today, and then maybe it would get set in motion for whatever the next step
Okay, and
is.
the current zoning of that property is R1,
Single-family residential,
and wants to change it to R2, which is 2 structures?
multifamily, could be semi-detached, townhomes.
Okay, this was just to inform us. We have no action to be taken.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Any questions?
It's the lot on there behind Avon Park, right?
That lot backs up to Brook Green.
Yep.
In Avon Park. Avon Park is a community mostly of semi-detached homes.
Okay, moving forward to the Millville Volunteer Fire Department's financial report. Is there someone going to do that?
No, just, I can speak to it real quickly. Just wanted to make mayor and council aware, put it on the agenda, give you the opportunity to take a look at it. This is something they're required to give us every year.
Okay. You might not know the answer, but the question I have is why did they do a review rather than an audit? An audit is more in-depth.
This is probably considered their audit.
Well, it doesn't say that. It does say, excuse me?
Nonprofits don't require audit, they require review, which basically is an audit
Yeah.
of it.
Question, so is this part of that packet as an audit?
Or do you have the Millville volunteer? I don't know what you're.
I thought I did.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's referred to as their financial statements, and it's referred to as an independent accountant's review report.
Oh,
So as Dawn, it's what they've been giving us for as long as I've been here, so it's,
Okay, I was just wondering, because even in their letter, they say a review is substantially less in scope than an audit. And we're nonprofit, but we do an audit.
yeah, it's different.
Okay. All
Then
right.
try that.
All right, thank you. Moving forward, the financial reports. Dawn?
Thank you. Before you have the monthly financial update as of June 30th of '24. The real estate bills that were mailed out in May, as of June 30th, we collected 21% of the current year taxes. As you know, escrows are required to pay during the discount period, so a majority of our payments will be processed by July 31st, anyone who has an escrow. Today, we did our disconnections from the water system for non-payment. We originally were provided a list of 24 customers. We ended up with one that had not paid, and as of when I looked to come here, they still had not come for reconnection of service. Currently, we have 3 properties that are without water service from previous cycles, but those lots are all vacant. Moving on to our balances of our reserve and committed funds. Our emergency reserve trust fund has a balance of $1,215,584. Our capital replacement trust has a balance of $1,303,037. The street repair and replacement trust has a balance of $1,343,47. 47. American Rescue Plan Act has a balance right now of $261,725. As you know, that amount has already been kind of earmarked and encumbered for 8 Oakwood and for the OBPD evidence building concept. It also includes any interest that we've accrued above our original amount that we received in ARPA funds. The emergency services enhancement funding has a balance of $1,021,455, and it is based on 11 new home construction permits of the 40 that have been budgeted so far this year. So we're looking right on target there. For transfer taxes through May 31st, 11.5% was from new construction, 8.9% from land sales, and 79.6% from existing homes. So as we've been seeing, existing homes are what is selling. For FY25, we do need to collect $83,333 monthly to meet our target goal. Following the recap on pages 3 and 4, and then we have our analytics on pages 5 and 6. Now, because we're at the end of the year, these are the ending balances again for April 30th of '24. We were still paying bills through June 30th and collecting revenues. When we come back in September, I'll start providing with the FY25 balances. If you have any questions, I would be happy to answer them.
I have a question, going back to the municipal water system. where
Yes.
24 customers are due to have their water disconnected today. Does,
On June 6th, we started the process, and 24 customers were provided us a list, on that list on June 6th. Between June 6th and today, we've made phone calls and letters have gone out. And of all those, only one did not come in and pay. So one person was disconnected.
okay, so if that water gets disconnected, does that automatically happen with Tidewater, or is there some action that we have to take?
I have to approve it.
Yeah, there's engagement.
We go back and forth to approve what gets disconnected. They provide us with who they still have as being unpaid,
Okay,
and we match it up to what we have as well.
all right, thank you.
And
This
Dawn,
is a frequent flyer,
is that
too.
for a lot? Or is that for?
No, that is only for water service. We can't disconnect lots because it's just a convenience. If someone does not pay on the lot, we put a lien on the lot.
Okay, so this is for a house? People in the house?
I'm gonna speak with Chief afterwards. Normally, yes.
This is a frequent flyer,
Yes, it is.
for lack of a better word. But the step would be, once that's turned off, then we start, of course, a home is condemned if there's no water. So there's a process that takes place.
Okay, and they haven't responded at all?
Not as of when I came look to come here.
It's likely they'll make a payment.
They normally, they have in the past run out and stopped them from turning off, like, the day of. Tyler's out there running out the door with their checkbook.
As you said, it's a frequent flyer,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
If
So,
this is,
but I'm gonna speak
this
with
is the home
Chief.
that I'm aware of on Hudson Avenue.
Uh-huh.
Is that the one that?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's been a frequent flyer for 2 decades.
Very good.
Yep,
Thank you.
sure. Anyone else?
Okay, thank you, John. To the public safety report, Chief?
Yes, you have a copy in front of you, Mr. Mayor. We recorded 7 responses in Millville. The volunteer unit logged 76 hours in June. A couple highlights. We had a drug awareness day at Lord Baltimore Elementary School at the end of summer. The police department hosted our citizen response to active shooter events. We also hosted active shooter training at Lord Baltimore School. That's something that we do every summer. We've done that for probably 12 years now. We bring in agencies from all over Sussex County. A lot of our allied agencies in the area, both police and fire and EMS, for 2 days of training. That went very well. We been helping out with the Operation Seize the Day planning. Something to point out, we applied for a grant for $79,859.60 to replace our use of force simulator at the police station. The one we have is probably about 15 years old now. It's at the end of life. And so we're in need of a new one. We partnered up with a couple local agencies, Rehoboth Beach, Dewey Beach, South Bethany, Fenwick Island, and Selbyville. And they agreed to co-sign the grant application with me, and that kind of puts it a little higher up in the line, if you will, for funding. And we were able to secure that money. We're going to house the simulator at the Ocean View Police Department, but all of those agencies that signed on will have access to it as well. And they're also going to split some of the maintenance-related costs. So I'm in the process of working on an MOU for that. It's about $6,000 a year in maintenance costs for that. So that's going to be a nice addition. The police department received a thank you letter from the Chamber of Commerce for helping to support the Ocean Bay Boat Tour. They participated in a picnic for J1 visa students at St. Martha's Church. And I'll kind of close here with, we've been busy, I think everybody knows. This has been the busiest summer by far as traffic congestion. 4th of July week was just incredible. Actually went well into the evening hours. After midnight on 4th of July, we still had bumper traffic out here on 26. That was incredible. The men and women in the police department have been working very hard, keep everything going, and shout out to our volunteer unit, the CERT team, for their assistance, and our seasonal employee, Tom Rose, who keeps the office open on Saturdays and Sundays. So he's been busy on the weekends as well. So I'll be happy to entertain any questions that the council may have.
Thank you, Chief. I got a question. I'm sure a lot of people don't know what this is either. So, the use of force simulator.
Yes.
I mean, is that some machine you get in and a person gets beat up and then you...
No, it's actually, it projects a image up on the screen. It's very realistic, and
puts the officers in different scenarios, where they have to use, different levels of force, in some cases no force, shoot, don't shoot type scenarios, de-escalation techniques, verbal de-escalation as well as physical de-escalation. And it's an excellent tool. We've had for years, we had the only one in the state of Delaware. We had agencies from Newcastle County that came down on a consistent basis, of course all over Sussex. I think there are now 3 or 4 in the state, one in Seaford, and then we're going to have a new one here for Sussex County.
Thank you.
We've provided training too for other organizations outside law enforcement, citizen police academies, seasonal police officers from Rehoboth Beach and Dewey Beach, seasonal academies, as well as some citizen groups.
Well, I now recall what that is, because I've taken a course with
Yeah,
you
I was going to say, I was,
where it's very realistic in terms of scenarios, and where you know, the computer simulation is almost real-like. So
we set up a demo day for the council
Right.
once we get the new unit up and running.
yeah.
That'd be good.
I also noticed in your statistics, your metrics, I don't know if this is a function of stopping speeding cars, but registration and speeding seem to be, you know, the most prevalent misdemeanor.
Well, the
Numbers.
speed,
So
as
when
far
you-
as traffic citations go, yeah, obviously speeding, yeah, we get a lot of complaints, speed-related complaints this time of the year, so we're out in the community trying to address those speed-related complaints, and you can see those numbers, you know, January, we were at 20 speeding tickets in January, 89 in June. Yeah, it's a big problem that we have in town. We could probably write twice as much, or twice as many tickets if we just had the free time to be out there operating speed enforcement devices.
But the lack of registration, is that usually, you find that as a result of the speeding? Because that,
Speeding and or other traffic stops.
well, I was looking at the chart you have on, that shows 79 registrations for June
Yep.
and 89 speedings.
Yep.
Um,
So some of those registration violations are they're secondary offenses associated with a stop for speeding. Some of them aren't. Just a lot of unregistered motor vehicles out there. And they may not be unregistered. They could have some other related offense. That, you know, there's a few different traffic code offenses that are registration related that would fall into that category.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions?
Just real quick, Mr. Mayor. Chief, I know you were up in Rehoboth assisting Chief Banks for the fireworks on
Yes.
Saturday.
And we have provided assistance to Rehoboth Beach on the 6th for their fireworks events, and then we also had extra officers on July 4th for the Bethany Beach event.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Chief.
Yes, sir.
Moving on to planning and zoning report, Ken Senino.
Thank you, Mayor. My report will be short. In the land use and development world, the only thing that's changed since we started to release permits and they've started building townhomes in the Silverwood mixed-use plan community. Ocean View Beach Club, we met with those folks yesterday. They're going to start their punch list repairs later this month, community-wide. Stingray Harbor across the street, they've finished theirs and we're waiting for them to select a paving contractor. In capital improvements, the Country Village Drainage Project Phase 2 commenced yesterday, July the 8th. Maintenance and operations, final pavement restoration from the May 16th water main break on Woodland Avenue were made on July the 1st. We're scheduled to regrade the side ditches and clean the area up, I believe next Tuesday. And then that'll be all cleaned up. And I've been in contact with the insurer for the contractor that broke the line, and we're submitting all our invoices directly to them from this point forward. Public outreach, we held a community meeting on July 25th here at 32 West to discuss the next phase of sidewalks. On Woodland Avenue, the project to construct sidewalks and make drainage improvements will take place from Daisy Avenue down to the Blue Heron property, which is about midway between Daisy and Hudson. That project should start sometime in December. We'll be putting bids out here this fall. Communications are attached. We got some nice letters from our drainage project in the cottages, and a thank you from a resident that was concerned about the Stingray Harbor community project. Code enforcement, permits, business and rental licenses, all there for you. If you have any specific questions, I'll be happy to answer.
I have one question. We have a noise ordinance in this town for working on weekends. Does this apply also to construction companies that are building homes?
It does. Construction activities can only take place Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., and on Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Homeowners can don't have to adhere to that policy.
Okay, because I saw the letter that came in from Silverwoods about construction noise.
I didn't see the letter.
And I noticed that someone was working on the weekend with a bulldozer.
Was it Sunday?
Saturday.
Saturdays is permitted.
It is?
Yeah, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m.
I think the time frame was okay. I think I might have seen that.
Yeah, I haven't seen the letter. I don't know if it came to you.
Was
or
it
the
an
town
email?
manager.
Maybe?
Yeah, it was an
Email,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
It sounds familiar to me.
Any other questions?
Yeah, that's, you and I talked about that. I'm aware of it. I think Carol forwarded it to me.
Okay. Okay, moving forward to the town, thank you. Town manager's report.
Yes, thank you. I want to add something that came after I sent my report through. We got some good news. Bond bill funding came out this week, and we were awarded another $113,000 for our Burzins Natural Area Park. It's a match for our construction services aspect. And thank you to Representative Gray and Senator Hopper for their support. As most of you know, the purchase of the property, the Burzins property, was fully grant funded, and currently its development is primarily grant funded as well. We're still going after more funds and waiting to hear about some other funds that have been requested, but I think we're going to have a really great story to tell when that project's finished. Of course, we had our 135th anniversary event on June 15th, not too long ago. From all accounts and what the feedback we've had from you all and the community, it went very well. All of our hard work went to a good end. Thank you to all the staff, the police department, CERT team, all of our other partners who came out and helped us make it a great day. We had wonderful weather, a good turnout, a parade that is now being aired on OVTV that seemed to be very well enjoyed as well. So thank you. Shared some pictures and things of that. Actually today, following our initial presentation on June 11th and then our workshop on June 25th, council is scheduled to vote hopefully today on our water distribution sale. So that's something I wanted to make sure I got into my report, even though we'll be talking about it because different people read different things. Up next, this Friday, we're gonna try to have American Graffiti. You may remember that it got rained out twice last year. I may be making a decision tomorrow in order to get a date change into the paper this week, but maybe we'll wake up and everything will have changed in the reporting, so hopefully we'll get that in. We also were approved, got our pre-approval for our pre-grant submission for another outdoor recreation park grant from DENRAC for the amount of $40,000, which is for an outdoor classroom at the Burson's Nature Center as well. And I'll be completing the full submission for that by September 16th. And feel pretty confident that that we'll be successful. Tomorrow, Chief McLaughlin, Ken Semino, and I will be participating in a virtual meeting with the Ocean View Beach Club HOA. It will be, I believe, members from the south section that are in town and the north section that are out of town. It is an initial meeting just to begin a discussion about the possibility of annexation into the town of the north section. Of course, that would be in the best interest of the town, generally, you would think, but there would have to be a vote of the community first, and then we would do a very deep dive before we made a recommendation if they came to us with a favorable vote. So we'll participate, prepared a PowerPoint for them today, factual, and we'll see how it goes. Okay? Yeah. Other than that, I put some information about some outreach and things like that, but I'd be happy to answer a question about any of it or anything else in general.
Thank you. Any questions or comments for Town Manager? Thank you. Moving to the Public Works report. Larry's first report.
First one, guys, thanks a lot. We'll start with the 32 building. We've been doing the daily maintenance of the park and the safety check on all equipment, making sure everything's safe. We set up and clean up after all the events. The 135th was really awesome. That was a good event. We pressure washed the restrooms and the playground equipment, trying to keep things clean. Sussex Tree removed 2 trees from the park. One was the back corner, was really bad and a safety hazard. And they removed the other one up in the front off Open Avenue. And we backpack for mosquitoes before every event in the park to make sure that's not going to happen. At the 201 building, Razor Pest Control sprayed the perimeter of the building and the maintenance shop on the exterior. VCS did the semi-annual sprinkler system test, which passed, of course. Dantec Alarms did the smoke and fire alarm inspections, which passed, of course. And North Star has taken over on HVAC. ProWorks hasn't been doing the job, so we kind of let them go. And they repaired some of the works there, but we still have work to do there. We're having problems. So we'll work on that as time goes. For the rest of the town, we do spray for mosquitoes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And we've been cleaning the gutters and inlets as needed, especially after rain events, especially Bear Trap and Savannah Landing, because all the trees, they get trashed pretty quick. We did cut back trees and brush hogged in Country Estates on Colt Lane. And we cut back and brush hog at Country Village on North and South Primrose. And we removed the cherry tree at the entrance of Country Village. And of course, we maintained and watered Blue Star Monument. And I would like to say thanks for the town of Ocean View, their employees, for welcoming me. They're awesome. They really are.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Any questions?
No. Thank you very much, Larry. Pleasure to have you.
Thank you. The Millville Volunteer Fire Report. In June, there were 334 calls, of which 258 were EMS calls, compared to 276 last year. In the town of Ocean View, there were 36 calls compared to 50 of last year. And Millville had 27 calls compared to 35 of last year. So. Okay, any other business before we move to citizens' privilege?
Mr. Mayor, just want to make a quick comment. We lost a member of the Ocean View family about 10 days ago, Vicki York. And it's pretty sad, you know, to see Vicki. She was active in the community. Goes back many, many years with not only myself and Chief and other residents here. It was a sad day, and I just wanted to take a moment and recognize her value to the community.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. We're now going to move to citizens' privilege on the items of the pre-published agenda listed for the discussion and consideration, or items that were subsequently added at any time to the pre-published agenda for discussion and consideration. So if you want to speak at the first citizens' privilege, he or she may not speak on the same subject at the second citizens' privilege. So is there anyone that would like to make a comment or ask a question? If not, then we'll move forward to new business. Discussion, consideration, and possible voting on a resolution to sell the Town of Ocean View water utility to Tidewater Utilities. Cal?
Yes, Mayor and Council, thank you. So with your packet, we provided the Town Council with copies of the asset purchase agreement. And we have a copy available if anybody would like to view it here today, or if anybody else reach out, if anybody's watching and would like to reach out, we can also provide it. We had 2 public presentations. One was an advertised workshop with postcards mailed to every person that's on the current town water utility. So we had that on the 25th, the workshop. I think we had a good presentation and conversation and questions. I've gotten no new questions, emails since then from anyone. So at this point in time, there's no presentation planned. We did put the presentation in the packet, and it's been on the website continuously throughout. I guess I would encourage Mayor and Council to ask any lingering questions of myself, the solicitor, maybe another staff member. We'll try to respond to anything that you may have. If any of the questions appear to be something that needs to go into executive session, we have the opportunity to do that as well, and I guess Veronica can be the gatekeeper for that. We do have our representatives here from Tidewater once again, and we appreciate it. I'm sure that they're here and prepared to respond to any questions that you may have.
So I'd like to introduce, first of all, the president of Tidewater, Bruce Patrick, so that anyone who doesn't know you should look at you. Okay, great. So are there any further questions or comments about the agreement?
Mayor, if I might do some housekeeping.
Mm-hmm.
For the council, I just want you to know that the contract was extensively negotiated. We have provided a copy of that in the packet so each of you could review it. I am available to answer any questions that you may have. There are a number of things, even if you approve the contract today, that still need to be effectuated in order for this deal to actually get to the closing table. For instance, we will need to have the Public Service Commission approve the sale to Tidewater. In addition to that, we will need to have the USDA approve this transaction and approve the sale to Tidewater. So your vote today is to approve this contract, if you were content with its contents, and understanding that if the conditions precedent in the contract are not fulfilled, the transaction will not occur. Okay. I did include, because this is a more formal, transaction, and we want to provide what is necessary, to give Tidewater comfort that this, transaction has in fact been approved by the council, we have included in your packet a resolution. So if the contract is approved, I would like, to have a motion to approve the resolution that is contained in the packet. I don't know was the resolution put up on the website?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know that it's necessary that we read the entire resolution, but if we were going to make a motion to approve the sale, I would like the motion to approve the sale and to approve the resolution. And then following, if the resolution is in fact passed, I would ask that each of the council members meet the town clerk after the hearing to execute the resolution.
Thank you.
Question.
Yes.
So, there's a clock started after the signature of this? So is it a concurrent thing with the public service and the USDA?
Concurrent, public service has a time frame of 30 days, I believe, that they typically get back. USDA's is more lengthy, but I don't at this point in time expect them to linger much longer. We've supplied all the information that they've requested.
And we don't really anticipate, I don't think we anticipate going to the Public Service Commission until such time as the contract contemplates we'll have the USDA approval
Yeah, that
first.
was my next question. Who did, which
Yeah.
one went first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions? If not, then I'd like to have a motion to approve the sale of the water utility to Tidewater Utilities.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the sale of the water system to Tidewater Utilities.
And could I ask that that motion be amended to approve the sale and the resolution approving the sale of the Town of Ocean View water system to Tidewater Utilities, Inc.?
Well, I thought we would have to do that separately, two separate,
I don't know, it doesn't
No?
need to be.
okay.
Yeah.
So, you want to amend your,
Yeah, you lost me with the ink.
So,
Well, why don't-
I think, I don't even know it has to be that. I think
Right.
the motion might be, I move to approve the sale of the water distribution system to Tidewater and to adopt the resolution approving the sale of the Town of Ocean View's water distribution system to Tidewater Utilities, Inc.
I move to adopt the sale of the town's water system to Tidewater Utilities, Inc.
And to adopt.
Okay. Approving the sale of the town of Ocean View's water system to Tidewater Utilities, and what was it to adopt?
And to adopt this resolution, you
Oh.
agree that?
And to adopt the resolution to establish a water distribution system which became operational in 2008?
No, this,
I just read it.
oh, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that.
Did I do it? I'll do it again.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we need to.
Let's restate the
restate,
motion.
please. Yeah.
I'd like to make a motion. We adopt the resolution approving the sale of the town of Ocean View's water distribution system to Tidewater Utilities, Inc.
do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So passes 5-0. Thank you.
Can I
I
just
want-
make one statement?
Before, well, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted to thank Mayor and Council for entertaining this 4 years ago when we started down this process. I think this is a very important day for the history, the future of the town of Ocean View. I think you're doing the right thing. I think I know we're going to be able to pay off all of our water debt, which is amazing. But most important, which I think you know to me, is the fact that we are eliminating risk for a water utility that we have no oversight. So I thank you, and I appreciate all the work with Tidewater. People will have the same water with the same providers and the same operators, and we're going to have a little bit of extra time to focus on some more value-added things for the community. the staff. So I thank you.
Well, I want to thank our team and the team from Tidewater. A lot of time has gone into this, a lot of effort. Many years I've been on U.S. government negotiating teams with foreign countries, and this has lasted longer than some of those. So I want to thank everyone for all the hard work that you've had to do on this, and I think it's beneficial for everyone. It's a win-win. So, thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I concur with you and what Carol said. And from the public standpoint, we, the town, didn't have control over any increases anyways. We didn't have oversight on the water anyways. So any increased costs that might have occurred will always be in Tidewater's hands as it was prior, as it will going forward. And for the citizens of Ocean View to know that, I think it was super important. They do, and I think it's a value-added sale. So, thank you.
So, Madam Clerk, for the record, the motion passed 5-0, correct? And again, I would ask that the members of the council meet with the town clerk following the meeting to execute the resolution.
Okay, thank you. Moving forward to discussion, consideration, and possible voting on hiring a special legal counsel to represent the Board of Adjustments Verizon Tower application.
Yes, Mayor and Council, you are, I believe, all aware that there's an application moving through our planning process that will soon be considered by the Board of Adjustment. It is the Verizon cell tower application. It's customary with applications of such a complicated nature that special counsel may be brought in to represent the board so that they have access to the appropriate guidance for the subject matter. Likewise, with the utmost caution, we wanted to make sure that Veronica was in a position to continue to advise our Planning Commission and Planning and Development Department as this moves forward. So there's a very clear distinction between representation for each of the parties that should be helpful to us as the process moves on. Because of the nature of the time of the essence, you are aware that on the 26th of June, I sent this information to you, and I also signed the documentation, the agreement with Parkowski, Gerke, and Swayze to represent the Board of Adjustments. So, Mayor and Council are aware this recommendation is coming as an emergency type of a purchase. So we'd like for you to have an official vote now.
Okay, thanks. Any questions or comments? Would this legal counsel be necessary for any other board outside of adjustments?
You will recall that last year or the year before, we hired for our we hired special legal counsel, different special legal counsel for our Board of Elections. So towns do it when they feel the need, and you have to keep in mind the solicitor is working on a daily basis with our departments and our commissions, and if that's going on and then some other new issue comes up, it enables there to be like a nice dividing line so that nobody can say that there's been bias or anything like that.
And the team and I evaluate it on a case-by-case basis.
Okay.
Okay.
So, my question was more related to this particular issue, and if it had to go to planning and zoning, if we would need to have separate counsel for that.
We don't believe that will be necessary. I don't believe that's necessary in this instance.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Any other questions?
Where do we, Mr. Mayor, stand with the application process for the Verizon tower?
Well, the process right now hasn't started with an official vote by anyone.
Right.
So it has to go to it has to go to Board of Adjustments first. they have to approve the variance for the tower. Then it has to go to planning and zoning to approve the plan to do the construction.
So it's been delayed from what I understand?
Been delayed.
We thought maybe May or even early June, that process might
Yeah,
have
I think it
started.
started, and Ken wants to answer these questions.
Thank you, Mayor. The hearing at the Board of Adjustments has been delayed several times by the applicant, not having a complete application in front of us for review. The application that we received prior to June 15th is full, was accepted, and they are on the schedule for a hearing next Thursday, July the 18th, for a special exception and a variance.
For special exemption and?
Special exception to operate, maintain, build, operate, and maintain a cell tower can only be done with a special exception. It's not a by right use.
Any other questions? If not, then I need a motion to approve the hiring of a special counsel.
Mr. Mayor, motion to approve the special counsel for the hearing of the Verizon Tower at the Board of Adjustment.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So passes 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're now moving to the second citizen's privilege. The instructions are the same as the first citizen's privilege. Is there anyone that would like to ask a question or make a comment? Yes, Randy.
Hi, Randy Robust, Country States. This year I have walked about 450 miles, all right? Just looked good. Didn't do anything for my blood, so I'm gonna probably just sit in front of TV and eat cookies. But the long and short of it is, I ask people things, just out of curiosity. A couple people have talked to me about what we discussed with that gentleman last time on the cost of the people that have lots that don't have any buildings on them, which is what, $98 a quarter. I believe that gentleman also said it would probably go to zero. Now, you already said to sell the place to them. Is it going to be zero or not?
It's not in our agreement, so that'll be up to them.
Going to be zero or not?
I can tell you our plan is day one to take the current rate structure. We're going to go before the PSC. I think there's a high probability that they'll fold it into the overall Tidewater tariff. I know Mr. Brubaker that day, we did the same calculation. When you use an average of $15,000 gallons per quarter, both tariffs, it turns out to be essentially the same within $1 or so. It's a different way you get to that. I think the town's fixed rate's higher than ours, but the town's usage rate's a little bit lower than ours, and it all balances out. So the rates are going to be roughly the same regardless. If we fold it into ours, we do not have that, and that would be our goal in the long run. I don't know how quickly that would happen. I think it's no secret we've actually filed an intent with the PSC to actually file a rate case within a couple of months, which a rate case takes 9 to 10 months, so it'll be the good part of a year before we get through that. I think that's where it will ultimately be determined. So I guess I can't give you a concrete answer today. I think as we take over and just go right into your rate structure, it would remain, my strong feeling is that it would eventually be folded into the Tidewater tariff, just like all the other customers. And we do not charge for a vacant lot. So,
But that's not decided yet, right?
that, I know that didn't give you an answer today, but I have a very strong feeling that it will disappear. I'll put it that way.
Okay, well, I have a lot of people that ask me because they know I come here. So I'm just going to tell them not at the moment.
Yeah, I have a pretty strong feeling we're going to fold it in and it will go away. But
All right. And the next thing, I know it's a small sample of people that I've talked to, but I talked to a lot of people who are walking around. And I can't believe how many people are oblivious that there's somebody who wants a cell tower put in. First off, everybody says, I don't want it. I said, well, how do you know you don't want it? Says, where's it going to be? My backyard, your backyard, where's it going to be? And I said, I don't know, but I'll ask. So does anybody have any idea if a cell tower goes in, where it's gonna be?
Ken?
Yeah.
What's your answer to that?
You must have never walked past a huge sign on the vacant lot out in front of the building that says, "No cell tower in Bear Trap Dunes."
Yeah, well, I'm not
It's a-
being funny,
It's,
but
it's going to be, if it's approved, it will be on, property of, Carl H. Freeman, in the area of the golf course and driving range and, Bear Trap's maintenance facility.
so that's right near Central Avenue, right?
It's behind our building.
It's behind
You
our
know where
building,
our
all the way in
building
the
is,
back.
201 Central?
Yeah, it's 180
back
feet
behind.
high, right?
Yeah, it's down that road that runs alongside our building.
So, okay, because I'm sort of like the town crier, people said, heard I ran from there, and now they're all asking me all the details and stuff. So I just tell them that I don't know, and if I get a chance to ask, I'll ask. So basically, everybody on Central Avenue will probably sit at 180 feet. Yeah. All right, that's all. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions or comments? If not, thank you. I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So passes 5-0. Thank you very much for coming.